Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Bulls Weekly. I am your host, Vinny Paracelli, and we've got a great show in store for you today. On the program, we'll update you on the S3E30 playoff picture. We will preview the Central Division Finals against the La Crosse Freeze, and of course, we've got your top plays of the week. Let's get the show started with the weekend recap against the Ice Hawks. The Central Division semifinals were no problem for the North Iowa Bulls. They defeated the Rochester Ice Hawks 2-0. The Bulls came out flying in Game 1, scoring 3 goals in the first period. Tyler Bump, Braxton Collins, and Dayton Honkanen scored for the home squad. In the second, the Bulls added 4 more goals, these coming from Owen Larson, Brendan Studioso, Collins again, and Marshall Barnes. The Ice Hawks would score in the third period to spoil the shutout, but that's all they would get as Drew Seitz stopped 20 of the 21 shots in the Bulls' Game 1 victory. On Saturday, 8 different players found the back of the net as the Bulls routed the Ice Hawks 8-0 to sweep the Central Division semis. Barnes, Bump, Collins, and Larson all scored once again, while Connor Clemens, Mitch Dolter, Tom Riley, and Horka Sekishi all scored their first goals of the postseason. Drew Seitz got his first shutout as a North Iowa Bull, stopping all 14 shots thrown his way. In total, the Bulls outscored Rochester 15-1 in the 2-game series. North Iowa had 5 different players log 4 or more points in the series with the Ice Hawks. Braxton Collins, Marshall Barnes, and Tyler Bump all had 5 points, as Collins led all goal scorers with 3 goals. Connor Clemens and Dayton Honkanen each registered 1 goal and 3 helpers on the weekend. We started with 32 teams, and after a weekend of hockey, we are down to 16. Only one upset in terms of seeding, as the third-seeded New Ulm Steel knocked off the second-seeded Alexandria Blizzard 2-1 in the West Division playoffs. Granite City did not allow a goal in their 2-game sweep of Breezy Point to set up a rematch with New Ulm for the right to go to the Silver Cup. In the South, top-seeded Texas struggled against Point Mallard, but were able to win their series against the Ducks 2-1, and Atlanta swept Euless, setting up a showdown in the South. In the Northeast, Binghamton breezed past Rock City, while the Jersey Shore Wildcats took care of the Syracuse Stampede in 2 games. In the Midwest, we saw 2 sweeps as the Junior Blues took care of the Thunder, while Peoria made quick work of the Junior Predators. A showdown between Peoria and St. Louis will determine if the Blues make a return trip to Romeoville. In the East, the Metro Jets finally lost the game as they fell in Game 1 of their series against West Michigan. Fortunately for them, they were able to rebound to win the next 2 games and keep their season alive. They'll get the Pittsburgh Vengeance in the East Division Finals. In the Frontier Division, it's going to be either Yellowstone or Great Falls, making their second straight trips to Chicago. They both made it last year, but with no wild cards in 2017, only the winner of this series will be moving on. We expect this series to go the distance and see all 3 games. In the Coastal Division, Long Beach took care of Northeast quite easily, winning their 2 games by a combined score of 11-2. It took 3 games, but the New England Stars are in the Coastal Division Finals. They defeated the Cape Cod Islanders 6-2 in the decisive Game 3. Finally, in your Central Division, as you know, the Bulls took care of the Ice Hawks, while the Freeze had to win Games 2 and 3 after falling to Wisconsin in Game 1, and that sets up the Central Division Final between the Freeze and the Bulls. North Iowa took 5 out of 6 regular season meetings this season, the last one coming just 11 days ago on March 12th, the Bulls winning that game on home ice by a score of 5-2. The last time these 2 teams played in lacrosse, the Bulls were shut out for just the second time in franchise history as they lost 2-0. The Freeze were led by Lucas Motlock in the first-round series against Wisconsin as he had 3 goals in 3 games. Donnie Schultz had a pair of goals to go with an assist, while Tyler Briley and Danny Toyson each logged a goal and a pair of assists. Connor Lozen rounds out the top 5 as he had 3 helpers in the first-round series. Will Graves got the start in Game 1 against Wisconsin. He allowed 5 goals, and the Freeze went to Andrew Wagner for the final 2 games of the series, allowing just 3 goals in the 2 games, posting a .151 goals against average and a .944 save percentage. So we expect to see Wagner start Game 1, and how long he stays will depend on his play here on Friday. But before we get to the Central Division Finals, let's look back at the top 5 plays of the semifinals from your North Iowa Bulls. Number 5, Bulls cycling in the offensive zone. Tom Riley comes off the half wall and rips a shot past Bailey Schmitz. You look up the definition of bar down, and you'll see this shot right here. Number 4, how about this play from Marshall Barnes? He gets the long pass from Marshall Cheetah, finds Owen Larson in front, and makes a great move to his forehand and slides it 5-hole on Schmitz for his first goal of the weekend. Number 3, time for a little give and go. Bump flags down the pass, drops it off for Braxton Collins, and gets in a position to lace the one-timer past Drew Schenkenberg, a perfect example of a give and go. This is not deja vu, it's another give and go. Mitch Dolter to Brendan Studioso, and back to Dolter, He goes to the backhand to beat Schenkenberg, and that would end the night for the Rochester goalie on Saturday. Number 1, pass comes from Tyler Bump. Braxton Collins puts it between his legs onto the blade of his stick, goes to the backhand and roofs the shot over Schmitz. A great shot from the Eau Claire native, and that is your top play of the week. All right, fans, this is the last weekend of hockey at the Barn this season. Tomorrow could be the last home game of the season if the Bulls take care of business. The puck drops at 7:30 p.m., and if necessary, Game 3 at home would begin at 5 p.m. on Sunday. You can watch every game on Hockey TV, or you can listen to every game on Mixler.com, as we should be all set to go in lacrosse on Saturday night. 2 wins separate your Bulls from a trip to Romeoville and the Silver Cup Championship Tournament as they look to defend their Silver Cup title. That's all for me here on Bulls Weekly. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope to see you at the Barn tomorrow night. We expect you guys to be extra rowdy in possibly the last home game of the season. If the Bulls are to advance to the tournament in Chicago, Bulls Daily will begin next week from Romeoville, and we will have that every day for you as long as the Bulls are in the tournament. My name is Vinny Paraselli. Thanks once again for watching, and we'll see you all next week.